I said one of the most difficult things for pastors to do is manage their time, especially around now that there's so much demanding for pastors' time. There's his own personal life, there's his own personal family, his own extended family, then the church is there, then members of the church are there, his relationship with God, a number of things, personal development, fighting for pastor's time. And he needs to balance all of these things. So many men of God have found difficult to create the necessary balance between their calling and their family. And the family is suffering for it. To some who are pastors and businessmen at the same time, their businesses are suffering for it. To some, their personal development are suffering for it. So I want to ask this afternoon from Pastor Timi Mogaji, who is a seasoned church expert, to tell us how can a servant of God, a pastor, balance his time? How does he effectively manage his time?
All right. Thank you very much. You have touched on something that is very common to ministers of God, pastors, evangelists. One of the things that I've realized is once you are truly called of God and you're anointed and you are effectively laboring with the grace God has given to you, you will find out that there will be results. And as long as there is results, people want to come after you, to just fight, to be able to gain knowledge, wisdom from you. And you know the funny thing, many of us fall into that trap. The trap of the popularity trap.
The popularity
where
trap.
Yes, we feel needed.
The more successful you are in ministry, the more people demand more of your time. The more people need you, want your attention. That's a big trap, the popularity trap.
It is a big trap. A big trap. So you start feeling as if without you, something, other things cannot move. So as a result, you begin to spend your time more on giving out to people at the expense of fulfilling yourself. Because there is this desire, this longing in you, this feeling that makes you think that without you, these people cannot get this job. And it's a tricky trap. And if one does not take care of it from the beginning, it has ruined the ministry of many ministers of God. Just before I go on, you know, when I entered into full-time pastoring, I remember my senior pastor said something very, very strong to me. He said, when young ministers enter into ministry, he said that they focus on success at the expense of finishing strong. So you find out that
success at the expense of finishing strong.
Not knowing that ministry is actually a marathon and not a sprint. So at the early stage, you are striving to succeed, to do all you can, to give all you can give. You want to be out there impacting people, passion driving you, but you have not realized that something is leaving. You are not taking care of your time, your health. You are not giving time to your family. You don't have time for personal development. You don't have time for extended family. Everything is now focused on trying to do more. And that is very dangerous. So today I'll just quickly share a few things I've put down for us. So one of the things we must realize is that time is an intangible resource given to us by God. Time cannot be regained, but time can be converted into other forms. I'll repeat that. Time cannot be regained, but time can be converted into other forms.
Okay.
So this is what I mean. So time is very crucial to our life. Time, we utilize time to meet the need or satisfy the need or the demands of other areas of our life which work is part of. I'll say that again. We utilize time to meet the demands of every area of our life, of which work is one of them.
So
yes.
There are so many other areas of our lives, but work is just one aspect, one part of that. But
So
most times
we realize
we think that our life is all about work. Most times we focus more on the work.
Thank you very much. And one of the things we fail to understand is that the more, if you don't make deposit in every area of your life, the day you want to withdraw, your check will So this is the very reason why we must manage our time as Christians or as believers. Because work is just an area of our life. There are other areas that need to be saved. So what this means is that you cannot talk about time management without talking about life management.
Life management.
Because, yes, time is what you utilize in serving every other area of your life. So this is what I'm saying. So you have time, you can exchange time for money. So you exchange time for money with your skills in a career. So I have time, I have the skills, I meet you, you give me money, I give you my time, I give you my skills, I get money in return. I can use time to even buy my health. I can convert time into my health. How? By dedicating time to exercising, to sleeping well, to eating well. So you can see that time is very basic in every area of your life.
So
you can use time to strengthen your relationship.
When a man is not healthy, most likely he has exchanged his time for things he shouldn't use the time for.
Thank you very much. And so you can even see that you can use time to strengthen your relationship. So if you don't manage your time well, you give more time to a particular area of your life, which most of the time is our work, the home front suffers. You find out that many people have said that they had to resign because one day they woke up and found out that their children called them auntie or uncle. You realize why? Because they have invested more time in one area of life that they have become only a father or mother figure in the life of their children. And I mean it. Only a figure. You are no longer the father. You are no longer the mother. You are only a father figure. You then realize why your church members submit to you more than your children submit to you. You realize
the reason the church members submit to the pastor, kneel down, worship him as our Father in the Lord. but the children are told does not submit because he's a father in church, but he's a father figure at home.
At home. So, which is very, very key. We need to understand that we allocate time to the things we value. So, what you use your time for is a reflection of your value system. So, if you value work more than family, usually you don't know. You just think I am serving the Lord.
Your voice is breaking, and somebody is complaining online that your voice is breaking. Maybe you move closer.
Okay.
Will it be network?
Is it better now?
I think it's better now.
All right.
Your voice is better now. Okay.
Okay. So I said that how we use our time is reflective of our value system. It is the things you value that you invest time in.
But that statement, how we use our time reflects our value system. I value God. That's why I spend my time for God, and I don't spend it for any other thing.
I didn't get that, sir.
I said, you said how we use our time is reflective of our value system. So I can say, as a pastor, I value God a lot. That's why I spend my whole time in church, and I don't have time for any other thing. So how do you defend that?
And that's a deception. And that's a deception.
It's a deception.
It's a deception. Because the family is the first church.
Your family is your first church.
Is the first church. Scripture says that the man that cannot take care of his home cannot take care of the household of So what we realize, what we don't understand is church belongs to Jesus. The home front is your responsibility.
The church belongs to Jesus, but the home front is the pastor's responsibility. I hear you.
So whether you like it or not, Jesus will get his job done, with or without you. But your family cannot move forward
without you.
So that was why I said there's deception. We do all of that, all in the name of I am serving the Lord. It is a wrong order. See, as long as your family is not intact, your ministry cannot be considered as successful.
As long as your family is not intact, your ministry cannot be considered as successful.
Yes. Because the order is family first before ministry.
Family first before ministry.
Yes. So people would rather attend an outreach rather than go for a PTA meeting in their children's school.
That's a word.
And then, you see?
A pastor would rather attend an outreach than attend the PTA meeting in his child's school.
Yes. We've forgotten that love is spelled as Time to children. The way you show your children and you love them is by giving them time. See, and that's why we want to discuss on certain things today. So it is important that we realize that we utilize time to service every other areas of our life. And this is why it is important for us to be able to manage our time at work so that we don't give leftovers to every other area of our life.
But let me ask you a question. I'm still pondering on the last one you said. Most pastors would rather go for outreach than attend the children's PTA meeting. I'm still pondering on that statement.
Yeah.
But outreach is important now. And as a
Yeah, it
pastor, I
is.
want to win souls. I can
This
allow
is
the PTA meeting can hold. There are so many parents who are attending the PTA meeting, and my not being there may not be my absence there may not be significant. But if I'm absent on the village on the outreach, that's significant. So how do
that's the
I?
point. So this is the balance.
Okay,
Your attending a PTA meeting is not because of the school.
it's not
It
because
is
of
because you want the child an investment in the child.
it's not because
Now,
of the school. It's because I want to an investment in the child.
yes, your relationship. Now, let me give you a practical example. I was able to, I was happy to resolve an issue between a pastor and his child. For some reason, the child started attending where I said the demand, and then there were issues. So by the time we brought them together, the man said this. The pastor said this. He said, I spent enough money to send you to the best of schools, to give you the best of education, and this.
Your line is breaking.
Is there a problem?
Your line is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear, but it's breaking.
Wow. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, now. But I can't see your face.
So okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, better.
So the pastor said, I spent enough money to send you to the best of schools, to give you the best of education. As he was saying that, the daughter was responding, is that what I want to eat? You lost me over 20 years ago.
Jesus.
At the point where I could no longer see my father, I could no longer relate to my father. That was the point where I made up my mind and decided to be wayward because I didn't see my father at home anymore. You spent more time in church. You didn't know what I was going through. And now you are telling me you invested in my education. I said, is that what I want? Many people, we do not know that when we don't balance our time very well, our family, we create a dysfunctional family. And a dysfunctional family is a factory for dysfunctional children.
A dysfunctional family is a factory that produces dysfunctional children.
So the issues we have in the society today, you can trace them back to failure at home. Yes, souls were won on the field, but the home front suffered. Remember when Pastor Leti Adeboye was talking about pastors? This is the challenge. We forget that the children are meant to transfer the blessing to the children. So we rather pay attention to our spiritual children who worship us, who sow into our lives, and forget your very first investment, your very first assignment. Jesus, Malachi said, why did he make the two of you one? He said, so that I can get godly offspring. He didn't say offspring, he said godly offspring. Which means that you must invest time in training. So once your children are not turning out well, and then others at the church are turning out well, that success is defective. It is defective. So let me go on. So we utilize time just like I said, to service different areas of our life. The impact of time management affects three major outcomes: your results, your relationships, and your rewards.
Your results, your relationships, and your rewards.
If you are not utilizing your time to get the right result at work, it will affect your reward. It then affects your relationship with your employer. The same thing applies at the home front. If you are not utilizing your time to get results at home, to strengthen your relationship with your wife and children, when you start complaining later that they don't honor you, which is supposed to be your reward, you are already a father pig. So the essence of time management is not just to save time to meet every other area. It is to save time to give quality time to every area of your life. So it's not about just, oh, I showed up 10 p.m. at home. He said, I had to work, I had to cut some pay. This one I would have come by 12 midnight. How has that impacted relationship with your wife and children? You get home, your wife is asking you, how did your day go? You're already snoring and slumbering. But you said I was able to come home early, 10 p.m. I would have come by 12 midnight. So it is not about the time. It is about the quality of time. You can't get home from work and give leftovers to the family. That leftover cannot build a strong family and a strong family. I hope you are with me, sir.
Yes, sir.
So since we cannot talk about time management without talking about life management, we cannot talk about life management without talking about energy management.
You are confusing me, sir. So let's take them one by one. There's time management, life management, energy management. And you mentioned the fourth one: time management, life management, energy management.
Yeah.
Which one is energy management? Which one is life management?
Life management is being able to utilize your time effectively to service not just your work, but every other area of your life.
Okay.
Energy management comes in here. It is not the number of minutes, but the quality of time that you invest in those areas.
It's okay. We can go on.
All right. So it's important that we avoid that danger where we allocate time to areas that give us joy, give us more fulfillment at the expense of other areas. It's a trap. You can do it in the name of the Lord and it can be wrong.
You can do it in the name of the Lord and it can be wrong.
Yes.
Where you allocate time to only the things that gives you joy.
So what that means is that if you are getting results at work, people are getting ill. People are getting wisdom from you. Once the time is longer outside, it becomes shorter. So that gives you that massages your ego, makes you feel wanted. You get home, your wife calls you by name, you're wanting. No other person calls me man of God at work. And then you want to use management principles at home.
Because you see people that is you motivational speakers that says that you say we should go to where we are celebrated and not where we are tolerated.
It doesn't apply to the home front too. You married a friend, not a slave. When the lady first met you, she called you by name. God called you. You are still it is not your calling that sustains the marriage. It is your friend. It is friendship. See. Let's just. I hope people are getting this, because it is important.
People are still complaining about
that we prioritize. What did you say?
People are complaining that the network is bad, that the sound is breaking.
Wow.
God help us with this today.
God will help us.
But all of those who cannot hear, we'll still put the link out. It will be on our IGTV, so you can watch it. At that time, it won't be live, so you will have a smooth view that time. Just follow on this handle, you will see it on the IGTV. We'll likely post a YouTube link too. So if you are following, you see the YouTube link. At that time, it won't be live, so it will play smoothly than this. We apologize for the break, for the short breaks. I could feel it here too, that once in a while the voice just ceases intermittently. And it's network, there's nothing we can do about it. We apologize for that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this will move me to the next thing.
Yeah.
For you to manage your time effectively, it calls for your motive.
It calls for what?
Your motive, your reason for wanting to manage your time. Because you just don't want to say, I want to manage my time. For what? If you can answer this question, then we can know how you can manage your time effectively.
And what is my purpose of wanting to manage my time?
Yes. Why do I want to save more time? Why do I want to attend to my deliverables early? Why do I want to leave work early? Why do I want to delegate? Why? If you don't understand the why, you abuse the essence of time. So let's quickly talk about why pastors should manage their time.
Reasons why pastors should manage their time. I think I'd like to hear that. I think I like
Number
to hear
one.
that. One.
Now, Mark 3, verse 14 to 15 says something. He said he appointed the 12 that they would be with him, and that he could send them out. He called them that they might first be with him, that
sending them out.
he could send them out. Our primary assignment is to be with the Father. The quality of your ministry, your public ministry, cannot be greater than the quality of your private ministry. Because it is being with him that will determine if he wants to send you out. That was why, Paul kept saying that my desire is that I might be found in him. Jesus said on the last day, some people will say, we healed people in your name, drove out demons in your name. That means they were doing work, outreaches. He says, but I'll tell them I don't get away. You know, an interesting thing, if you check Matthew 10, when Jesus sent out the disciples that they could go and he called them and gave them power to heal the sick, cast out the demons and all of that. Don't forget that they have been with him from chapter 5, where he started giving them orientation, telling them this is how we operate in our kingdom. It is no longer a tooth for a tooth. It's no longer an eye for an eye. In our kingdom, if they slap you, you turn your cheek. Jesus was doing all of that. They were spending time with him. And then he decided that they should go out. You know the funny thing, they went out. Demons ran out of people. People got ill. You know the lesson there? They came back to Jesus. And they were telling Jesus, you know what, the devils, and now they bowed at the next, did all of that, people got ill. Jesus smiled and said, I saw the devil fall like lightning. He said, but don't rejoice that the demons submit themselves to you. He said, the most important thing is that your name is written in the book of life. Can you see that? Some people will refuse after they send them out to come back to the Lord. Because he just clearly showed them the most important thing. He said it's not about demons running away. It is because you are known, registered in heaven, that you are with me, you carry me. That is the most important thing.
So number one reason why pastors manage their time is so that they can spend time with God. Our time is fast running.
Oh, yes, with the Father.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me go on. So, Acts 4:13. The Peter and John were before the Sanhedrin and all of that. He said the rate at which they were speaking, they realized that these guys didn't go to school. But they said that something must be responsible for this thing. And he said they realized that they had been with Jesus. So what this means is that you will be pastoring people from different walks of life. Engineers, bankers, doctors. You must stay with the one that has the treasure of wisdom and knowledge to be able to feed everybody adequately. So if you don't spend time with the one that has all the wisdom of the treasure of the wisdom and knowledge, you resort to gimmicks, mechanical. You become a comedian because you are not hearing from the one himself.
Okay.
All right. So the second thing is from the Father. This is why you should manage your time. Quality time. The reason why you should manage your time is because you must spend time with the Father. The next one is that you must spend time with your family. Which is very important too. And then you must have time for freshness. Father, family, freshness. Which is your health.
You can refresh yourself.
Thank you very much. Because the day your body packs up, visions and dreams will be aborted.
to effectively
Can you hear me?
manage our time. Yes, I can. I can. I can hear you. I can hear you.
So
I said, what are the steps we can take to effectively manage our time?
Okay, the steps you can take
to effectively manage our
Number
time.
one, I'll run through the list. Number one, make sure you plan your time a night before or very early in the morning.
Plan your time
You must always
before or very early in the morning.
And two, you must also listen to the direction of the Spirit. The Holy Spirit, as you pray, helps you order your life, arranges priorities for you, so that you can know the first one to take, the second one to take, so that you can effectively do the things you are supposed to do and go back home. Number three, make sure there is a time. Don't receive calls very early in the morning.
Don't receive calls very early in the morning.
Because
what time do you, well, that very early, what time is that?
Anytime before 9. And I'm saying calls, unnecessary calls like, Pastor, I just want to check on you at 8:30 a.m. What for? If you see such a call, move it to 2 p.m. You have enough time. The next one, you must understand the time of the day that you function well. Are you a morning person? Are you an afternoon person? Are you an evening or night person? All of us have different times of the day where we get to our peak. Prioritize your time to be able to utilize your best season, your best time of the day to achieve more. So the next thing is, you should ensure that you use your diary to schedule appointment.
Use your diary to schedule.
Anyone that is not very key. They are gate crashers. You need to avoid gate crashers, and some people call them time thieves. Pastor, I'm in your area. I just said that you come and see. As long as you are not on that, there's no point. The next thing, sign your counseling sessions. Give max 30 minutes. And if he extends, make it 45 minutes. If he extends, 45 minutes. Because you are sought after, you need to be able to manage your time and schedule people appropriately. So, if you give someone an appointment and the person comes late, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
If you give someone an appointment and the person comes late, use the remaining time you have allocated for that counseling to attend to that person. So it's important so that people don't take your time for granted.